I mean, yeah, like being Yasuo isn't just about mechanics. Like we saw last game, I mean, the Yasuo really didn't know what to do with himself. I think it's going to be interesting comparing apples to apples this game. What this Yasuo is going to do if he gets a lead or even if he falls behind.
Alright, so I should be caught up total. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I'm showing 244.
244.
245.
Yep.
Great.
And as we're saying, you know, Yasuo going in over there on the Alawi. This is going to be a very volatile lane, I want to say, because...
Definitely a skill match.
Yeah.
If I were that Alawi, I would actually max W first. So one thing a lot of Aries do mid, for example, is they go W first in order to deal with mobile assassin, like Yasuo, because it guarantees you hits onto the enemy champion.
Right.
Because they're so mobile. If you're maxing out Q and you miss as Alawi, you did 0 damage.
And one of the important things is now doing that has become a little less. Oh my God! As we're saying this, Fizz is gonna try and get one. Oh, he is gonna get one. He's not gonna get traded back onto. The Xin Zhao is gonna come in. I'm actually liking seeing Xin Zhao more now. This is fantastic. I love this guy. But
definitely in the right place at the right time, moving over from the from clearing his wolves over there, going tucking underneath. I don't know if Fizz called for that gank, but definitely aggressed at just the right time.
And yeah, as we were saying, if you're leveling your W, and you're like, I need that guaranteed damage. The one thing it doesn't do anymore is you don't actually need to level it for the cooldown. People used to level it for the cooldown that was on the W.
Right.
And now once you ult, it immediately drops your W cooldown to like 1.5 seconds. But that exactly what you're saying is every time he comes near me, I can hit him with a W for whatever the base damage is, 100 to 150, and you get some kind of trade. Because you know he's prioritizing. Yeah, he's prioritizing dodging your tentacles.
Yep.
And you still get the tentacle smash, no matter what.
Right. Especially if you're playing around your tentacles as you should be doing as Alawi.
Yeah, it's actually, that's probably the best case scenario, like you were just saying. It's a very good suggestion. I don't think she'll be doing that, but
let's see what she's leveling up here. She's leveling. Okay, she's got 2 points in her E. That's weird.
Okay, interesting.
So one reason I can.
Go ahead.
What was that? Go ahead.
I was gonna say she has 3 points now. I was just gonna say, I know you level your E second, but she might just be going for the I don't want to trade ever unless I land this.
Right.
So that's interesting, and
I think that's really odd. So the reason I would still max Q as Alawi is to make sure I don't get shoved into my turret. Right. You just ignore the Yasuo, hit the creep wave. I want to pick up CS. I don't want to deal with you right now. I'll deal with you later. So I can see why she wants to do Q first, but I don't get why she wants to do E first. It runs into the same problem that we had with the Q going, being maxed first, right? It's conditional. Can I hit the Yasuo? And if I can't with that E, then there's no point in maxing it out.
Oh, we're seeing a bunch of CS trying to get picked up, I guess, at bottom. Lucky enough for Tristana, the explosive shot gonna be able to do that for her. But yeah, I think that's what it's amounting to, like, because I know the E is not that long of a cooldown, so maybe it's just that it's if I pull this, we'll fight and I'll do whatever damage I can, because then I guess you force him to stay there and fight you.
Right.
Still don't know if it's the right way. And there was your W. See, that would have been W damage, like you're saying.
That would have been a lot more. Yeah. And so she needs to really decide with this lane, what do I want to do with this? Do I want to not get pushed in? Do I want to kill the Yasuo? Do I want to poke him back? Obviously, she's maxing E, so she's basically saying, if I land this, maybe I'll... Like, she lands it now, does damage to him.
Yeah, it's going to be a good amount of damage. Look at this health bar.
Yeah. So if she does land it, it does end up being pretty nice damage onto him. So I guess it's some middle ground between maxing Q and W. She's saying, okay, if I do land this, it's actually going to do more damage than my Q would have done.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. I know that... Oh! Shurima Shuffle going to happen. He's going to trickster out of there, but I think Vi's going to just be able to punch him all the way. The Ignite
Vi
is
doesn't
already
have
ticking
ult.
off. Vi does not have ult. Gonna get saved by that bubble, though. Bubble gonna land. Xin Zhao is gonna look to turn it around. They're gonna focus the primary target first. Azir gonna go down. Vi gonna punch her way out, but no. I was looking at Chum the Waters and it's on cooldown, so.
That was really close. I'm not really sure how much HP Vi had at the end of all of that, but Fizz did have Ignite.
Yes,
and I think it would have been really close. I don't know, because I think I saw somewhere between 100 and 200 HP left. She had a bar and a half. And in case a lot of watchers who are new to the game or maybe don't know, 1 bar above your head or above the enemy's head is exactly 100 HP. So seeing somewhere between a bar and a half showed that she had less than 200 HP immediately on site. And so using that Ignite that did about 170 damage at the time, true damage, might have been enough to kill her, but it would have been really close.
You would guarantee the back at least.
Oh, definitely.
Like 100%. And basically she just walked into her jungle and took her red buff at that point. So
yeah.
You would have
So now
slowed
she
her
gets to
up.
do stuff.
Yeah, she would have slowed up. You put her off the map for probably about 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you already know that your jungler survived healthily. He would have been able to go and counter jungle. Like, that's all. I mean, that's
big. Especially in terms of early levels.
Thank you very much, real YouTubers, for that host. I appreciate it very much. For the 12 viewers. So, they're going to go in here. Tristana going to jump forward. The hook's going to land onto the Nami, but Xin Zhao's going to make sure that the Caitlyn cannot follow that up. Oh, boy. Good damage. Azir moved his way down. Fizz right behind him, though. Chum the Waters is going to miss. The wall's going to come out. Emperor's Divide not going to hit just about anything, and Azir's going to get isolated down. Caitlyn going to Caliber net out of there. The hook is going to land. Going to flay him back. Maybe trade one back. No, the flash is going to come through as well. Buster Shot going to send him back, and Tristana going to pick up a triple kill. Going to get massively ahead in this lane. Already up 6 CS. Going to be 10 probably by the end of this wave, as long as she gets all of it. Fantastic. Woo!
Huge lead for Rage Machines here. Even though it looks like only 2k on paper, when it comes to 9 minutes into the game, that's a lot of items for these laners. Tristana being super up ahead. In terms of the plays and the mechanics there, you know, Fizz straight up missed his ult. I think if, you know, even though he missed his ult, they get a lot of kills in the end. They get a lot of pressure. It looks like they get to base for free. He gets to come back and collect his mid CS as well, so he gets to have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah, that's pretty massive. I think the Azir made a very good play to like try and come in and flank there, but I don't think his team was in any position to actually assist him when he came in for the flank.
Yeah, he came in, he ulted, and it sort of pushed them up.
Yasuo gonna go in last breath, but I don't think he's gonna want to take that.
Interaction there.
Oh, the pull's gonna come out. Oh, gonna touch your spirit. Last breath's already on cooldown. He's not gonna get any more. Oh, he flashes out of that W. Another one's gonna land, and the W damage is going to take it.
So what happened there was, Illaoi, because she has the jump in the air, well, let's fight.
Sorry, okay. Tristana, that was over and done with so fast. Tristana gonna jump forward, gonna try and pick up another one. Caitlyn gonna get a little bit of healing there, but Nami might look to finish her off. Nothing on. Okay. Oh, ace in a hole. Gonna put her low. Not gonna finish it up, as you were saying.
Not enough to send her home. So Illaoi jumps in the air with her W. What that means is that counts as a knockup. She's airborne, and that means Yasuo gets to ult her. He immediately ults her while she's in her W, and he knows that interaction. He knows how to play Yasuo.
Oh, Tristana not gonna get that. The bomb's not gonna do enough damage. She's gonna get a little bit of heal from that potion taking, and the Vi gonna be able to save her life. Tristana gonna get shut down, and that kill going over to the Caitlyn is gonna be enough to push them a little bit more up. Oh boy. So CS differential is very, very small in that bot lane right now. Tristana's gonna push her way into a Infinity Edge, and as we were saying, the Yasuo and Illaoi matchup we were stating earlier in the game is going to be very volatile. And like you were saying, that one little interaction, people don't think about it. They always think it's got to be an offensive knockup. It doesn't. Anything, Tristana's jump.
That's right.
That's enough.
Trish jump. If you get, I think if you get grab a Yasuo lantern, if you're Ziggs and you satchel yourself, any sort of movement displacement like that counts and procs the Yasuo ult.
Azir using his slide there. looking to bait
Gets the
stuff out.
ignite. It's enough.
Oh, man. Fizz with the bad bait for the Yasuo. Yasuo going in after his wind wall. Not going to be able to prevent much. Azir doesn't need to auto attack that way. Yasuo goes in for last breath. The shield's going to come out. He's going to escape, though. Xin Zhao gets the little waters buff. Oh! Tycolo's Blessing not going to be enough to slow him up for the chase. But Bubble will land. And a hook as well. Pulling him under. As long as he doesn't auto attack him, he should be fine. Yasuo's shield coming back up from that flow. Caitlyn gonna get a little bit of a chase here. Bubble gonna dissuade them from doing that.
Okay, so let's talk about this. This is not the first time I've seen this. Caitlyn went Targons. I'm not really sure why a lot of people do that in lower elos. One reason that I've heard is, well, I want my support to get their support items faster, and one way to do that is to get Targons. I don't get why she has that.
I know that people were doing it a lot just for, as I'm saying, holy Jesus!
Holy.
Welcome to Alawi. So,
3 tentacles out there.
you land nothing but W. And 3 tentacles kill you for half your HP. Like, and she will pick up the
Fizz
first
might die
star.
here too.
Fizz is,
Oh, no, too much
oh
burst.
my goodness, the upfront damage on that was huge. He did build Warden's Mail. That's doing absolutely nothing for the Fizz there, so.
Definitely not prepared. Doesn't have HP, maybe a little bit from the Black Cleaver to really deal with that upfront damage from Fizz. It's going to make her think, do I need MR this game for this guy?
Gun, did you just quote Illidan?
Did I?
I think you did. You just said, "You are not prepared." That's what you just said. You just said it.
I think I said it.
You did say it.
It must be back there somewhere in my subconscious. Something.
Oh, that
Interesting play.
He just flashed. He just flashed for that bomb plant. Emperor's Divide gonna push him out. Oh man, that was epic. That was epic. He was all in about it.
Wanted that really badly.
Oh boy. So, as you're saying, you know, you might have to consider building that MR.
Aggressive play by Xin here, going in with no vision still on that bottom
Yo,
side.
he's Xin Zhao. Okay, he doesn't care.
Does not care.
He's ready. Just get a little.
Eat
some honeydew.
Yeah.
Eat some honeydew. He's fine.
Get that vitamin C.
I don't think this Yasuo wants any. I don't think he wants any.
I don't think so either.
He looks like he wants some, but I don't think he wants some. Not after that. He killed you under your own turret. You don't want none.
Always being super smart here too. Building the Warden's Mail, we know that's going to be a Randu and Zomin, which is going to mitigate that critical damage, that crit strike damage coming from Yasuo.
It's gonna
really good pick.
As you were saying, it's gonna mitigate that critical strike damage, and the slow actually reduces the cooldown on the Q for Yasuo.
That's right, because his Q is not only based on the damage that you scale it with, but your cooldown, the amount of cooldown that you have on it.
Yep, attack speed equals cooldown for that Q. Oh, is this gonna be a double kill? Is this good? She's waiting. She's waiting. She's waiting for that. There it is. Oh! So close, though. Alawi's going to get killed, and so is the Vi. Xin Zhao new ultimate there. Going to be able to save him from that damage from the Caitlyn. But Nami going to flash forward. They're going to get an exhaust down. Is she going to be able to 1v1 him? Oh, the wave coming in at the last second. Going to save the Xin Zhao.
Just enough for him to live, just enough for him to get the kill. They have options to get Dragon here, but it really depends on how this mid fight goes.
Fizz just jumped right over the Emperor's Divide. Very well done by him. Oh my god, Mr. Headshot. Gonna pick up another kill on Azir. Azir, you're starting to see why nobody plays Azir, unless they're a god.
Yeah, they made those changes to him in the last patch, right? His ultimate's got a little bit less bumpy, so you only get knocked back by that first instance, and if you barely, before, if you barely touched it, you get bounced back again. So Fizz is able to jump on the other side of it, just like it's as if it were extra terrain.
Yep.
And really nets the kill that way.
Fizz jumping in, but I don't think... Ooh, that hook, though. That was close.
He's doing such a great job of roaming, only 7 CS behind. Of the enemy Azir here, picking up kills and applying pressure across the map, even though it's on the bot side inner turret. And
I think it's very important that you pointed out that change to Azir, because that was almost, and I want to say this with very much respect to the champion himself, it's the most troll thing about that champion was that once you threw wall, if you tried to do anything near the wall always pushed you back into the air and made you airborne. And that's
right. There's
so annoying. And now it's just terrain.
Yeah. Before you barely touched it, you want to flash over it. You want to, you have something that gets you over it.
No,
you barely touch it. You get bumped back. It's gone. Your moment's gone.
Immediately. Oh. And
so
now,
Fizz is able to really deal with that interaction now. He can, get up right next to it. He can Q over it. He can E over it without getting bumpered back because it's just terrain now. It's a wall.
So Vi doing something really risky here. She's looking to try and take this Rift Herald even though Yasuo sees her. She's going to get collapsed on and try and head up towards the Alawi. I don't think Alawi even wants any of that though. Oh, Christ! Again, dude!
Fizz can take her out though.
Fizz might, yeah, okay. The Yasuo gonna be able to get in on that knockup. And
here's the thing, she was prepared for that Fizz roam. She
yes.
knows he's gonna be annoying, gets the null magic mantle for the extra 25 MR, but it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. And the fact that when she would touch the ground because of the way the animation was working, when Yasuo ulted back in, he CC'd her again in the air for like half a second or whatever the duration is, and she wasn't able to press buttons.
Yep. She just needs those extra couple of seconds to get her W going when she's ulting to get that massive amount of burst out.
And the sustain, and I always tell people whenever they play against Alawi, because they'll say, oh, she was 200 HP. I had that. You have to play her like she's full HP the entire time. Yep. Because one tentacle lands, and you said it before, like one tentacle lands, and it's damage, and she gets so much healing from it. Again, Fizz not respecting us here at all. However, the Emperor's Divide can actually push him over, and he's going to have to flash out.
Perfectly positioned, too. It would have pushed him if he didn't have flash into a corner that would have gotten him killed.
Yeah, I don't think he would have been able to get it. Fizz waiting right there. Is he looking?
Azir saying, you know what, I'm not going to really deal with that. I don't want to go in there knowing that it's done.
Oh, boy. All right, so I'm puzzled by if that Fizz, was he looking at shop thinking he was recalling?
I'm not really sure. I think he thought that he was going to set up the play there. Maybe he was trolling and knew that he had E and that Vi wasn't really going to do anything, but she ends up getting the ult on him anyway. So I'm not really sure what he was preparing for or if he just wasn't watching.
That's very interesting. So they're going to shove in the wave here. One of the things I have a problem with right now is I'm looking at top wave, and top wave is pushing past that middle ground.
That's right.
And there's no one that's going to be there to catch that wave because right now it looks like they're trying to prioritize mid tower and the Rift Herald at the same time.
Right.
So you're going to get that wave that has to be addressed. So once you grab Rift Herald, you're not going to be able to move your entire team to mid to secure this tower.
Yeah, it looks like Alawi even is coming away from her top lane. She's saying, okay, you know what, my lane's pushing, I'm going to do something else, and they're going for mid. I mean, but no real decisiveness here from Poop Handler Patrol. They're not really sure what to do because they're behind in kills. And I see that happen a lot in solo queue games. Where they're like, okay, well, we're behind 6 to 14 in kills, but the goal differential right now is only about 4K, maybe 3K.
Yeah, that's not too
so
much.
They should be a little bit more confident here, realize that the goal difference isn't that big, especially for 20 minutes in.
This is going to be something here. So, Spirit's getting tested. Alawi going to ultimate, going to get 4 tentacles out, going to smash across, going to pick up 1. Vi going to get bubbled on the backside. Yasuo finally going to go in last breath. Going to be destroyed by Vi, though, and Vi will survive. That is unbelievable.
That basically evened up the game for Poop Handler Patrol. They were really behind in that fight. They get a lot of good damage out, even though they were assaulted by a lot of that damage. And a really good tsunami from Nami.
Wow, just... You know what? I'm going to give props to Azir there. Azir was doing quite a bit of work in that fight. And Vi being able to escape. And I'm going to tell you... Oh, hook going to land. Going to get... Oh, no Flay. Flay coming in super late there. And the Emperor is not going to get that.
Nope.
Wow. Okay, so I was going to say one of the reasons why Vi lived in that fight, and you saw it towards the end, is she had a Hex Drinker. She prioritized Tabby and Hex Drinker after her jungle item.
Yep.
And she lived with barely any HP.
That's right. She got knocked up by the Nami bubble, and then the combo right after was Yasuo ult. It ends up getting them the kill, too.
Oh! He just jumped into the Chum the Waters. Emperor's Divine going to miss again, like it has all game, because as we stated, that's the rain now. And he's going to pick him up again. The Emperor going down for the 6th time this game. Holy moly, man. This is crazy.
Definitely a misplay there. The mechanics of the Azir is really going to dictate the pace of this game, and if he keeps making those kinds of mistakes and shoveling kills over to the Fizz, even though he's 20 CS up, it's not going to matter.
No, considering they have a Tristana they have to deal with as well on the backside of that, and Xin Zhao, who's already built his GA. He has prioritized GA. And I wonder if he's going to be building Frozen Mallet, Sterex Gauge, or a Titanic Hydra. Look at the damage that's going to go across on this Fizz. Oh, man. That was like 2 hits. 2 hits, and he just immediately ran away. No one wants to have to deal with this Alawi. If this Alawi is in a team fight, like, I think in that last one, she landed maybe her ultimate and a W, and that was it, and she was dead. And she killed someone instantly. Whoa, Vi gonna get bubbled out of her ultimate as it lands. Tristana gonna get the buster shot to knock her back. Is she gonna rocket jump forward? Rocket jump forward. Last hit. Exhaust. Probably wasted there.
Yeah, she wanted to get the slow out and really net the kill. Not really sure. I would have even just let her live and got the turret instead.
Yeah, because that's what you're saying. That's 0-3 now. Oh! Wow!
Greedy flash there by the Tristana.
That's very greedy. Now, I have a question here. There was no ward in that brush.
No.
How? Did he auto attack?
Yeah, he auto attacked first, and the fight went towards that bush.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because I saw him start auto attacking, but I didn't know what the sequence was there. Because I was wondering how she was able to throw her explosive bomb onto him or explosive charge.
Yeah, right before he got in the bush, she started to do damage and flashed forward. That was a really weird play by the Tristana, and that shows a lot of solo queue mentality. A lot of people like this Tristana will get ahead and run away with the game and have 7 kills and 1 death, and all of a sudden give up a really big kill.
Fizz looking to pop. To Chum the Waters is going to get that. Chum the Waters is going to be a last hit, going to give over that blue buff to the Fizz, who, as you said earlier, is putting in work on this room. You know, dropping back a little bit. Yes. Whew.
I'm sorry, Stork boots. I was looking at I thought for some reason he had Mobos. But he does have Lich, which I believe provides 5% move speed.
It does. Yes, it does. And we're already seeing the effects of, you know, that Fizz getting fed, like you said, from the Azir. It's, are you going to be able to deal with this guy? Probably not.
Yeah.
Nobody on that team. Until Lowy gets MR, then I'll say maybe. But no one on that team is going to be safe from the Fizz's damage because once he finishes Proto Belt, he's one-shotting you. And
really interesting itemization from the Alawi, by the way. She's looking at the Yasuo's build and saying, okay, you only have Phantom Dancer. You're not at 100% crit right now, so I'm not going to prioritize the Randuin's Omen and instead deal with the other threats on the map.
True. She's getting Death's Dance.
Yeah, she's prioritizing that because she's saying, well, I want durability in these fights. Yasuo, you're not really a big threat to me right now, so let me build accordingly.
Triss split pushing, going to pull the Alawi away with teleport. Vi looking to flank, but I don't think her and the Alawi are on the same page there because the Alawi looked like she was backing up to get the wave.
That's right.
So that's a little bit of a lost movement there. You're counter jungling a Gromp while, you know, a good portion of your team is holding mid right now.
That's right. In general, Poop Handler Patrol with vision in this game, they're basically blind. I know in spectator mode we'd see a lot of this map, but if you're Poop Handler Patrol, you can't see past your own jungle.
Direct flash onto the Azir. Yasuo, Xin Zhao ult going to keep him up, but not going to be able to get anything sticky here. Everyone is kind of tentative. Fish going to jump in, going to get the Playful Trickster down. Yasuo finally going to go in. Emperor's Divide going to knock back some people and finish them off into that turret. Oh my goodness. Alawi going to miss her. Little bit of damage there going across with the Tentacle Smash. Going to continue to chase. She does not have mobility. No tentacles. Vi still has ultimate. It's going to get bugged on the Fizz. Playful Trickster. Are they going to continue to chase? Tristana going to be able to finish off this turret.
They're going to try to stop their backs.
They are looking to stop their backs. Oh. They're looking to turn this now.
That's super greedy from Fizz and Xin. I would, you know, go back into my jungle and collect some kills, but
Xin Zhao Fizz going in. Playful Trickster going to land. They're going to get this easy one. No threat of
sitting on a ward there.
Woo!
So that bottom side actually has been warded by Rage Machines for quite some time now. They've had Dragon, that part of the river, and even Raptors with vision for the past minute and a half or so. So that gives them enough information to know that Poop Handler Patrol's squad has left that Thresh is sitting on a ward by himself. So even though they're sitting at 1/5 of their HP, they can confidently walk up and get that free kill.
And something to point out is Thresh did have lens there, so
That's right.
he could have swept all of that area and known that he was standing on a ward. Oh, Chum the Waters. Chum the Waters gonna come through. Not gonna be able to do too much damage to it, but gonna be able to get it. Gonna dodge the punch. Oh my goodness.
This is the power of vision, right? A lot of low elo players don't understand this point. Vision provides you kills and it keeps you safe.
Oh my goodness. This is actually a really good game for that as an example that, you know, we just saw what, 3 kills come across based off of vision.
Just off of vision. I mean, that's the power of a ward. You know, even pink wards, they cost 75. If they get you 2 kills, that's 600 gold return for that 75 that you spent. Really good cost net benefit analysis there on the power of wards in this game. And for, you know, for the price of a free trinket, you get a lot of those kills. I mean, just put them down. Like, you know, get vision. And a lot of that has to do with support. So Thresh is super aggressive this game. He has sights.
Talk about aggressive. Xin Zhao going in 1v4. They're gonna keep him alive. The Fizz gonna go in. They're gonna focus down the Alawi before it even happens. Yasuo gonna get dropped on the backside of that though. We already understand Yasuo's going in no matter what. Xin Zhao, man, going in again. This guy knows nothing but ham. Tristana not gonna get focused here. Fizz will. Playful Trickster into the team. Emperor gonna just poking out damage. Caitlyn just casts her ultimate in the middle of that team fight. I want to point that out really quick. Fizz gonna get dropped. The Emperor is here. Tristana gonna jump forward, pick that up with a rocket jump. Another one. Nami just picking. Oh my God. Nami just buffing her up. She's jumping around this team fight. The Emperor makes his exit on the backside of that by Raptors. Oh my goodness.
Poop Handler Patrol didn't really know when to back off of that fight. They knew that Tristana was going to get those resets, and at the end of that, she's able to Goomba stomp 2 extra kills for free with that reset on her W.
Man, just woo! I'm sorry. When I saw Caitlyn casting ultimate during that fight, it hurt me a little.
It did.
I was.
If you're Caitlyn, don't ult in the middle of a team fight like that.
Woo! I had to stop saying everything. Going back, like. She's casting ultimate right now. Okay, back to this.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. Okay. So, yeah, as Gunn was saying, everybody, don't cast your ultimate as Caitlyn in the middle of a team fight.
I don't know if I even need to explain that. But, I mean, this happens with a lot of low elo players. They end up locking themselves in.
Azir going to get the flash out of the Nami. Little Assassin Azir play, I guess.
Burns his Ignite as well, and his ult in order to secure that kill, which is a pretty decent play. Gets him a little bit of extra free gold and takes away a lot of utility away from Rage Machines.
Tristana gonna have to just jump over that wall. Is she gonna? She's gonna test it. She's testing it. Yeah, she's testing it. See if they're gonna make her. Okay.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of cockiness and cheekiness out of that Tristana. She's 10-2, gets to kind of do what she wants here. That's understandable, but at a lot of low elo, in a lot of low elo games, that's gonna get her killed.
Oh man, they are fighting like hell. Xin Zhao gonna get caught out. Not gonna be able to get killed right now until someone closes the gap. Okay, finally someone's gonna close the gap. Gonna get the smite down, and Yasuo gonna wander into that brush like a, I don't even know who wanders into brushes.
He thinks he's helping. I mean, it's one of those situations where you just gotta let it go. It's really hard to see that. It's really, I mean, you think that maybe the Xin is gonna set up an ult for you, but it's a 2v4 situation. You have vision of that. You see that it's happening to yours, then you just gotta let that go. Say, okay, what else can I be doing on this map?
That looks like when my father plays MMOs and he just wanders into like enemies and dies.
I'm helping.
Yeah, I'm helping. Like so. Oh, my quest item. My quest item. It's over there. Don't pay attention to anything else that's in your way.
So it looks like Poop Handler Patrol slowly marching up mid. Caitlyn not where she needs to be. This is a free turret. She's the one that has to do damage to it. And she's not there.
Look, she's doing stuff. Okay.
Finally joins up with mid, but it might be too late. The Yasuo and the Xin are back up, and their power play of 5v3 is over. She wastes the team's time here.
Yeah, Yasuo Windwall gonna be able to. Oh, the fish gonna land directly onto her. She's up in the front line. I have no idea why. Wave is gonna continue, and Shurima's legacy is gonna fall. There's not gonna be a tower there, but Alawi's damage is gonna be almost enough to kill 3. Finally. Oh my God, Tristana just hopping around the fight. Finn's gonna pick up 3, Tristana gonna pick up 1, and that's gonna be an ace coming through.
Definitely a misplay here by Caitlyn, walking too far forward, taking that hit, taking that ultimate from Fizz, and instantly dropping. So not only did she misplay the macro play, but misplayed the micro as well. She should have been further back. Should have known that Fizz and a Xin.
That's 30 seconds.
Yeah, they might be able to win the game off of this. They're definitely going to get 2 inhibitors.
They have 2 inhibs, and they have a large wave on top coming in. This could be the game. Caitlyn's the only one up right now in 3 seconds. All right. Okay, they're calling for Baron. They're calling for Baron. They're calling for Baron. Okay. Okay, they're taking a safer play here. Oh, my goodness. This Fizz is...
Yeah, definitely capitalizing on Caitlyn's mistake, right? Like, she should see the enemy team. It's a Xin, it's a Fizz, it's a Yasuo, it's a Nami. It's a lot of things that can kill her. And she decides to be, basically in the front line. It's a mistake from Caitlyn, and really smart by Fizz to recognize that and punishes. Ends up winning the team fight as well.
Wow. Just... I don't know what to say. And at this point, like, we were saying from previous games, you got to take everything you can. When you're trying to perform that stranglehold onto the team, you got to just get your vision up. And if you look, you see they have a whole bunch of vision, even though they have the Baron. They got a whole bunch of vision on that side of the map. We're going to see if they actually move it down and spread it across this nice little line of scrimmage, if you want to call it.
Thresh's job right here is to start warning. He knows that they have Baron. The only thing that's really going to help his team right now is to set up defensive vision. He's basing right now with wards up. He has 4 in his pocket and none on the board. What that means is they're either going to hit push mid with their Baron buff and take a lot of objectives, or look for a pick in the jungle. And these guys are blind. Poop Handler Patrol super blind in their jungle because Thresh misplaying here. This is actually really dangerous for them and a huge mistake by their support.
Well, they're going to get that push in. Oh, man. Oh! Would they be able to turn this around? I don't know if they have the damage to actually get that Zen down. He does have Cyrus Gage. He did not go the greedy build, so he will be able to stay alive even without that GA. Tristana getting a lot of chip damage. The hook's going to land on Tristana. She's going to be dropped by the Thresh.
A lot of their damage out.
Oh, my goodness. Fizz going to go in no matter what. Going to pop. Oh, my goodness. He dropped Azir so quick.
Mechanics on this kid.
Another hook's going to land on the Xin Zhao. Or Xin Zhao. Yasuo. Yasuo going to flash out. Eventually, Yasuo is going to do something in this game, guys. Fizz.
He misses the Q on Kate.
Oh! Fizz looking to be a hero that he has been all game. Gonna get hooked and, like, just completely CC'd out there. But you know what? Heroes never die, okay? Heroes never die. Right. This guy has been on point all game long, pulling his team to the finish line. We just need to finish this one up. There's going to be a TP going by the Yasuo to the bottom lane there to finish off that turret.
Kind of a waste.
I don't know if he can get it. I don't know. Like they weren't gonna get the turret. Like,
yeah, I didn't really understand that either.
I think I was a little confused. Like, I thought it was like an aggressive play, and then I'm like, wait, that's their turret. He's gonna.
It's also, what's more important is that teleport. I mean, it's such a huge cooldown. He could have used that with top and mid pushing. What they can do is he can slow, go top, do the split push, and teleport to his team fight, just like another teleport play could be. But also, if they end up barely winning a team fight, if the rest of their team has to scramble back, what he can do is he could teleport top, maybe even take a Nexus turret. So he ends up trading that teleport for something suboptimal. I mean, just a handful of PS in the turret.
And that's what I was saying. Like, I got baited so hard because I was like, oh, he's not making a play. He's not. That's his turret.
Yeah.
And I
complete waste.
I was
Look at
just
that
like,
power of vision.
Oh, the Fizz, half HP, hasn't even touched her besides Shun the Waters. Gonna get it with the Ignite and the Poison. Gonna take her down. Yeah. Oh.
Deep wards here by Rage Machines. They pushed up, they dominated the base, and left that one ward, that super offensive ward that looks at both the mid lane and that side gate that they have.
Oh, Fizz wandering in though. He really wants that Caitlyn. He's not gonna get the Caitlyn. All right, Fizz, gotta dial it back now, buddy. Gotta dial it back.
Should be more objective focus here. Yeah, even if he got the kill, but then what? He sacrifices himself for the Caitlyn. That isn't really doing anything anyway. She's not really a high priority target.
Yep, you're right. Oh, the ult gonna come through. It's gonna keep them from trying to dive that. But yeah, I think I agree with what you're saying here, that he's trying to get that kill. Where's he gonna go after? And you already have waves gonna be pushing in mid and top. You're already winning the game. There's no reason for you to overextend yourself. Last breath gonna come in. Gonna be able to take out that Alawi though. And Caitlyn kind of playing on the outskirts of this. There's no way for anybody to get onto her, but Tristana's there just in case. And
Caitlyn definitely suffering from some PTSD there. She's afraid of overextending, but now she's playing a little bit too far back. I think she could have gotten a little bit more damage out that fight, maybe gotten a kill, but definitely would have made them question going for Dragon.
Yeah, and now Elder Drake coming across. And, Rage Machine has got 3 dragons here. Going to be a lot of true damage burn. And this should be the way that they end this game.
So the way that they lose is Tristana jumps too far forward and Fizz jumps too far forward and they get pounded by the Alawi. Once those 2 damage dealers are out, it's up to Xin and Yasuo's DPS to win that fight. So it's going to be that's the way that they're going to lose. So the Tristana and Fizz are both going to have to play a little bit more conservatively. Let the Yasuo do some work. Let the Xin do some work. Go ahead and take the brunt of that Alawi damage. They could stay back, either disengage with the Tristana ultimate, wait for that Alawi ult to fizzle out, and fight on their terms.
Are we talking about decoy duty?
That's right. Just bait that Alawi ult out.
Hey, like we say, low elo, you still got to learn how to get carried. People don't know how to get carried.
By the way that this Fizz and Tristana is playing, it is possible that they overextend. Look at this Tristana, look at this Fizz, both waiting for picks in that jungle.
That's Flash. This is an overextension. You get the Flash. Walk away.
So now we do have some wards out from Poop Handler Patrol, right? They have some wards, but it's redundant. They have 4 wards on the bot side that look at the same thing.
Caitlyn positioning. Oh my god, Azir almost obliterated by Xin Zhao. Vi gonna get her ultimate off but die instantly. Alawi not even gonna get hers off before dying. And this should be the end. Rage Machine's gonna push forward, gonna finish off the Thresh. And once again, we see Caitlyn getting focused right at the start of that, burning her flash to get out and still dying.
Yep. Whenever you're behind as an AD carry and your team is behind, you want to stay really far back. You still do lots of DPS. You're, especially in that team comp, you're going to be responsible for doing a lot of damage in the back. And she had definitely positions incorrectly there and gets killed.
Woo! So we are going to see a win coming over for Rage Machine. Congratulations to them. Fizz doing tons of work here. Tristana doing tons of work. Yasuo getting carried. Xin, you know what? Xin early game did a lot. I'll say that. He did a lot early game. He did a very good job. And Nami was pretty much on point. Not giving
He was in the right place at the right time to get that Fizz going, and Fizz ends up really carrying that game for them. Yes,
he did. That was very well done. I think he had a couple hiccups right towards the end of the game, but as we were saying earlier, he really was just he was carrying with roams, basically. Just the roams that he was putting in the early game was more than enough to get his team ahead, and he just continued to extend that lead that he was giving them and just say, you know what, I could do this, I'm gonna go for it. And you know what, 2-3 times out of the game he paid for it. But when you end the game 16, 5, and 12, you're not really mad about that.
That's right. Smart plays from him early on. He knows that he's dominating his mid laner, so he roams up top and sees that Alawi doesn't have MR, and instantly drops her. She's surprised herself at how much damage that Fizz can do, because she's saying, you know what, I'm going to stand my ground here, I'm going to ult, I'm going to kill the both of you, and she's just not ready. I wasn't ready for that kind of upfront damage either. Even though she starts building MR, got that null magic mantle, she still died to his roams. So he picks up a couple kills from her, and also really stuffs the advantage that she was starting to gain against that Yasuo, who was really falling behind in that lane. She was building against them. He had no choice but to, cower at his turret as she builds against him and does tons of damage with her ult and her Ws. Even though that her W procs his ult, and it might seem like a really good ult for him, he's just baiting himself into fights, getting killed. And so this Alawi dominance was really, really stuffed by Fizz. And, if Alawi herself was allowed to get 10 kills or something, get super carried into the game, I think it would have been really disastrous for Rage Machines, because that would have been their win condition, right? Like, you get that huge Alawi upfront burst and let Caitlyn and Azir from the back do tons of damage and DPS them to death.
Yeah, I think exactly what you're saying, because you can see just in the damage chart itself how how that reflects the story. Like it's Yasuo did 13,000 damage that game. Now he's Yasuo. I don't care if you go 0 and 10 as Yasuo. If you get IE and PD, you're basically good to go at that point. You can one-shot people, two-shot people, whatever it is. If you get in with an ultimate, you're doing a good amount of damage. And
That's right.
obviously you're really squishy and you need to be playing around in how things are happening in a team fight. But when you have Xin Zhao, you have Fizz, you have Nami, you have Tristana, all of those that can cause a knockup for you, you have plenty of choices to get into a team fight. There's no reason for you to have to jump in early. There were team fights where we saw he was really late to go in and have his ultimate, and he was at 200 HP. And you're looking at the damage on the other side. Thresh did 11.5k.
Right.
So you did 2,000 more damage than the enemy support. Yes, he's winning. Okay. Yes, he has kills because I don't know why, but he's got kills. For him to be only 2,000 damage, I mean the Thresh even outdamaged their Vi. So you can see how strongly the Alawi was able to just like slap him down in lane and keep him from even becoming a priority. And like you were saying, if one of them, if it was a Fizz, if it was Tristana who jumped in, overextended, and died, you're basically down a damage dealer because between the Fizz and the Tristana, they easily outdamage everybody on the other team. But
between the two of them, they had almost all the kills, right?
Yeah, between the two of them, they have basically all the kills. And if you're looking at the Xin Zhao and the Yasuo's damage put together, they basically almost equal the Caitlyn.
Let's talk a little bit more about the Alawi. I think she went Black Cleaver first into Warden's Mail. I didn't really like the Black Cleaver choice, and by the end of the game, I can see really the reason why. You know that the Yasuo isn't really going to build lots of armor. He does end up getting a Deadman's Plate with and that gets 60 armor to him. But at the end, Black Cleaver, after you fully stack it, after you're allowed to hit someone 5 times, then you get 24% armor pen. Against that Yasuo. So even though he has 60 armor, you only get to shred that by 1/4, and so you only end up taking 15 armor away from them. That's a cloth armor for building an entire Black Cleaver to mitigate 1 cloth armor's worth of armor. I think the better choice for her was to go something. She needs the CDR. That's the reason why she picks up Black Cleaver. I think she needed to go. I'm blanking here. Damage reduction. I'm sorry. Attack speed reduction. Builds out of Glacial Shroud.
Frozen Hard.
Thank you, Frozen Hard. I think she needs to go Frozen Hard here. Look at the enemy comp. She has Yasuo that benefits from attack speed for his Q. She has a Tristana who's carrying the game with so much damage. Xin, who relies on attack speed in order to win his fights. That damage reduction would have been huge on her, given her the armor that she needed, given her the stats, the defensive items that she needed to deal with the Yasuo and the Tristana endgame. And look what she ends up having to do. She stops building her Randuin's Omen from Warden's Mail and has to build a Spirit Visage in order to deal with the Fizz that's been in her lane several times. So I think the Alawi could have gone a different build path here in order to really secure some more kills in the game. She only ends up getting 4 for seeing the amount of damage that she did and ends up dying 8 times. I think the reason that happened is because of the Black Cleaver choice, and it ends up having this huge ripple effect at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think like you're saying, there's plenty of options. Even if you were saying like, hey, I want some kind of a little bit of damage. Okay, so even if you went Tiamat in the lane just to get the push, so you don't have to use so much of your mana, and you would leave, like you were just saying, you would leave. You could get your Frozen Heart down, and if you decide, all right, I need MR, I can get some MR, and then you just build in a Titanic later in the game, and you've got some health behind you. But I don't think having that armor shred, like you're saying, is going to amount to much when you are literally almost two-shotting people when they get hit by tentacles.
Right.
It's
You're not killing them because you're shredding their armor. You're killing them because you're Alawi, right? Yeah. You get to ult and you get to do massive damage with your tentacles. They don't have a tank. There's no reason to really build that. Even if you see that the Yasuo is building armor, at most he's going to get 60, and at most you're going to take away 15 of that. So there's no real reason to invest almost 3,000 gold into that. So I think there is a world in which Alawi builds the correct items and does a lot more damage because she gets to survive while smacking them in the back line.
Yeah, and I think also the fact that Azir was playing very poorly until at least well, we'll say late game. So like probably until about 25 or so minutes. He
Right.
was playing very poorly. And then when team fights happened, he had a presence in the team fights, but it's not the presence that you need to have on Azir. Like your presence as Azir, you need to be at that point where if someone lets you land 3 or 4 auto attacks on them, like they're done. They should be out of the fight or dead at that point, especially because they buffed the soldiers. So consecutive hits on the same target actually do full damage now.
That's right.
So, it used to be like, oh, if 2 soldiers hit this target, it's, 25% of that. No, it's full damage now. So you literally are doing, and you get your shield on cast now instead of when you bump into a target. So,
that's right.
So that kind of stuff, like you literally control the fight. Like you said, he had a couple good Emperor's Divides where he would pin people or he would knock an entire team into the turret. And that was when they showed hope. And the problem came when, you get to that point in a team fight where everyone's jumping all over the place because they all can. Azir's trying to land damage. And then you have Caitlyn who's dying at the start of a fight. And yes, Azir has 12 deaths, but it's sad to say like this guy was 1-6 at one point and still pumped out basically the same damage, if not more. Yeah, 2,000 more than Caitlyn did. And you're Caitlyn. Like you're Caitlyn, you are on the map more than him. You have more CS than him. You have relatively about the same item kind of build. It's not that difficult when you have someone like you said, Alawi, who can do it, who can soak that. You have the Thresh standing there with you. Thresh has got a bunch of support items, not just on building a tank. He did build Randuin's, but that was pretty.
He's got a point and click disengage, right?
Yeah. All of that kind of like Locket, Redemption, Knight's Vow, like all that's there to keep you alive. When you walk up and a Tristana can auto attack you and kill you, you're out of position.
Right.
And I think in that one team fight when you were saying that she prioritized going down near the dragon and she should have been mid to help them take those turrets, she felt confident because they had the legacy above them. So they're like, we have a turret. And she walked up and got popped. And immediately by Fizzle, got popped.
That was such a game-turning moment, right? They pick up 2 kills, they get the 5v3 power play, and she walks bottom to pick up CS instead of getting a free turret mid. And then she could, afterwards she could have gotten it. She could have, it wasn't like it was crashing into turret or anything. So a lot of these macro strategy decisions by the AD carry end up being really huge. I think in the end, I don't think they even end up picking that turret at all.
Nope.
So that tower stands, and that's global gold for your team, just because you wanted to pick up 5-6 CS.
And she got the team aced.
Yeah,
the team got aced.
Yep, they end up getting killed because I think it was Xin and Yasuo who rushed back mid because it's past 20 minutes.
Yep.
They get the 5v5. Fizz sees that they're grouped, immediately ults and punishes the Kate. Game-turning event. It ends up being super hard for Poop Handler Patrol to come back after that, just because the Caitlyn makes a simple macro decision misplay.
Yeah, and then everyone's, like you're saying, everyone still wants to do whatever it was that was called. So they go, okay, wait. Caitlyn's bottom.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. Yeah. We're going to do it. We can still do it. And they, obviously, we have the spectator vision. So someone probably wasn't watching their timers and saying, hey, they have Yasuo. Yeah, they have Yasuo up. They have Xin Zhao up, and you knew Xin Zhao was going in. He's been doing it all game.
Oh yeah,
all game. 1v4 going in. Presses his ultimate. You're not killing him. He walks out. He re-engages again during the fight. Dies, but he's going in. So at that point, you didn't even need that. They saw, oh hey, we've got our tower. They've got their tower. We stand here, and Caitlyn's up front gets popped, like you said. Immediately, Fizz going in. He's prioritizing her the whole game. Goes in, kills her, and then you've got him picking up 3 kills, Tristana picking up 1, and I don't even know who picked up the last kill, but at that point, it doesn't even matter.
There's even at a professional level, it's really hard to really rope in your AD carry who thinks that, okay, I need to have 300 CS ASAP. That used to be a lot of problem with, for example, even Double Lift when he was on CLG back when Choster was his support. It was really hard at the time to rein in Double Lift. It was hard for CLG before Choster was put on the support role to tell him, hey, now means now, put down what you're doing, stop going in that direction. The extra 3 seconds or the 5 seconds that we have, you're basically CC'd somewhere off of the map. We need you now, and now means now. So if the team is calling for him to come mid, and the AD saying, you know what, I'm going to finish up this CS, then I'll be there. That ends up being huge. And so even at a professional level, people players make this mistake. Let me finish what I'm doing, then I'll be there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of the things that we were talking about, and this no one knows this unless you were there last night when we were playing, is that AD carries will often say, and it used to be even back in the day when AD carries were, just I'm going to farm, you protect me, and then, you're responsible for carrying the game. It's not that, oh, my team's not near me. And this is something that, like Gunn was saying, it's something that even Doublelift would say. And he's like, hey, my team was out over there. My team is out of position. They need to be with me. No, you need to be with the team. Exactly. No matter what, if it's a bad call, you guys could talk about it after the fact. But if it's a bad call, I don't care. You don't have the luxury as an AD carry to say, you all need to be near me. Okay? No matter what, how many games you could be ahead, you could be 20-0. If the team is not near you, it's the same way you address when someone in solo queue doesn't want to, foul or doesn't want to communicate. If they're going to continue to split push, you shove your waves and you go to that person. You bring the fight to them because clearly that's not what's happening. So if you're an AD carry, you can't say, oh, I'm going to get this wave and then I'll be up. Just keep holding, guys. You need to come up for the fight.
Definitely. I mean, that everyone that's ever played AD carry or going to play AD carry, they should review that play and see, okay, what did that cost? What did I trade for being elsewhere? And a lot of players just don't see the punishment that they have for being out of position like that. Because they show up, they're like, hey, I'm here. What's wrong? And they don't realize that the moment's passed, right?
Mm-hmm. It is that understanding of like you'll see a lot of time in high level play where they'll say, okay, well, they started setting this up, and when you see those videos, they started setting this up 5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, and you've got these waves that you didn't see that they walk over and someone will hit like 3 or 4 minions, and now they got it slow pushing, and it's going to snowball, and now, hey, 3 minutes down the line, they've been doing everything, you're not paying attention, and that's at their turret now. Right. And they're like, hey, we can go take Dragon because Dragon just spawned 30 seconds ago. That was
also,
all
if you're
planned.
AD carry, don't get Targon's brace. There's no reason to get it. You know what makes more gold? Killing the other enemy team.
Right? When you're Caitlyn and you just give away your lane at that point?
Yeah, there's no reason to get it. I understand. I can see the reasoning behind it. You want some passive gold. You want that extra health. But you know what else gives passive gold and passive health? Life stealing with Doran's Blade and staying in lane.
Hey, that's not passive health, okay? Active. I gotta hit stuff.
You gotta hit stuff. That's right.
I gotta hit stuff. Oh man.
Right, I need to take a quick break.
Now go ahead. We got somebody in champ select. You good?
All right, cool.
Oh man. Woo! Boy. Oh boy. This is good, man. This is good. I like having somebody else to work with. Like, doing this alone is so much more difficult. And it's super fun for me to be able to do the the play-by-play as the team fights break out. Yeah, it helps me fill a dead air, but Gun is really good anyway at doing analysis in general. So I don't have to do both parts. Because when I have to do both parts, it tires my voice out. Because I'm just constantly like, okay, so this is the analysis of this, blah, blah, blah. And I have to really look for stuff. So when I have someone else who's, taking care of some of that, I don't have to constantly just be looking for random things on the map to talk about. It's easy because most of the time we can just juggle back and forth about items and stuff, and then bam, a team fight breaks out and I just start yelling again. So it works out pretty well, I think. But yeah, I like it. I found one of my Shoutcast Sunday co-casters. We're good. Oh man. Oh boy. Get my stretch on.
Alrighty, I'm back. Woo.